Hi guys! So in this video, we will discuss the parts and functions of the plant and animal cells. But before that, let us define what is a cell.
The cell is the smallest structural and functional unit of an organism, and they are typically microscopic. A cell can be either eukaryotic or prokaryotic. The cell is also defined as the basic membrane-bound unit that contains the fundamental molecules of life and of which all living things are composed. The animal cell is defined as the basic structural and functional units of animal tissues and organs. It is also an eukaryotic cell because they have membrane-bound organelles suspended in the cytoplasm enveloped by a plasma membrane. The plant cell is the basic unit of all plants. It is also eukaryotic, just like the animal cell, because they have a membrane-bound nucleus and organelles. The plant cell can be distinguished from most other cells because of the presence of chloroplast.
Now that we have discovered the cell definition, let us now take a look at the common parts and functions of plant and animal cells. These are the cell membrane, nucleus, nuclear membrane, nucleolus, cytoplasm, lysosome, Golgi body, endoplasmic reticulum, mitochondria, ribosome, and the vacuoles.
The cell membrane. The cell membrane is also known as the plasma membrane. This is found in all cells. It consists of a lipid bilayer that is semi-permeable. It also separates the interior of the cell from the outside environment, and it regulates the transport of materials entering and exiting the cell. Nucleus. The nucleus is a membrane-bound organelle that contains the cell's chromosomes. The nucleus in the plant cell lies in one side of the cell, while the nucleus in the animal cell lies in the center of the cell. The nucleus carries genetic information and controls what happens inside the cell. The nuclear membrane. The nuclear membrane is a double membrane that encloses the cell nucleus. It includes an array of small moles or pores that permit the passage of certain materials between the nucleus and cytoplasm. It serves to separate the chromosomes from the rest of the cell.
Next one, we have the nucleolus, wherein it is a region found within the cell nucleus that is concerned with producing and assembling the cell's ribosomes. Following assembly, ribosomes are transported to the cell cytoplasm where they serve as the sites for protein synthesis. Next, we have the cytoplasm. It is a gel-like fluid inside the cell. It is the medium of chemical reaction, and it provides a platform upon which other organelles can operate within the cell. All of the functions of the cell expansion, growth, and replication are carried out in the cytoplasm of a cell. Next, we have the lysosome. It is a membrane-bound cell organelle that contains digestive enzymes. They break down excess or worn-out cell parts. They may be used to destroy invading viruses and bacteria. And then next, we have the Golgi body, a stack of small flat sacs formed by membranes inside the cell's cytoplasm. The Golgi body prepares proteins and lipid molecules for the use of in other places or inside or outside the cell. The Golgi body is a cell organelle, and it is also called Golgi apparatus or Golgi complex.
Endoplasmic reticulum is an organelle found in both eukaryotic animal and plant cells. It often appears as two interconnected subcompartments, namely rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Both types consist of membrane-enclosed interconnected flattened tubes. Rough endoplasmic reticulum is involved in some protein production, protein folding, quality control, and dispatch. It is called rough because it is studded with ribosomes. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum is associated with the production and metabolism of fats and steroid hormones. It is smooth because it is not studded with ribosomes and is associated with smooth slippery fats. Next is we have mitochondria. In singular form, it is called mitochondrion. Mitochondria are membrane-bound organelles found in the cells of most eukaryotic organisms. It is named after the Greek words for thread and granule. Mitochondria are sometimes referred to as the powerhouse of the cell, as they produce most of the energy within a cell. Mitochondria facilitate the production of ATP, the main source of chemical energy in living organisms. Mitochondria are also set apart from other organelles as they have their own unique genome, different from the genetic code stored in the nucleus. Next part, we have ribosomes. Ribosomes are organelles located inside the animal, human cell, and plant cells. They are situated in the cytosol, some bound and free-floating to the membrane of the coarse endoplasmic reticulum. They are utilized in decoding DNA to proteins, and no rRNA is forever bound to the rough endoplasmic reticulum. They release or bind as directed by the kind of protein they proceed to combine. In an animal or human cell, there could be up to 10 million ribosomes, and numerous ribosomes can be connected to the equivalent mRNA strand, and this structure is known as a polysome. When it comes to the main functions of ribosomes, they assume the role of bringing together amino acids to form particular proteins, which are important for completing the cell's activities. Taking into consideration their main function in developing proteins, it's clear that a cell can't function in the absence of ribosomes. Lastly, we have vacuole. Vacuole is a membrane-bound cell organelle. In animal cells, vacuoles are generally small and help sequester waste products. In plant cells, vacuoles help maintain water balance. Sometimes a single vacuole can take up most of the interior space of the plant cell. In animal cells, vacuoles store nutrients and water on which a cell can rely for its survival. They also store the waste from the cell and prevents the cell from contamination. Hence, it is an important organelle. While in plant cell, vacuoles plays an important role in the homeostasis of the plant cell. It is involved in the control of cell volume and cell turgor, the regulation of cytoplasmic ions and pH, the storage of amino acids, sugars, and carbon dioxide, and the sequestration of toxic ions and xenobiotics.
Let us move on to the unique components of the plant cells. So first, we have the cell wall. The presence of the cell wall in a plant cell is one of the major differences between plant and animal cells. This cell wall surrounds the plasma membrane and it provides tensile strength and protection against mechanical and osmotic stress. It also allows cells to develop turgor pressure, which is the pressure of the cell contents against the cell wall. We also have the chloroplast. This cell organelle is absent in animal cells. This is oval-shaped and has two membranes known as the outer and the inner membranes. The space within the inner membrane is called the stroma, and within the stroma are small disc-shaped sacs called the thylakoids. This chloroplast carries out photosynthesis, which is the process of converting light energy to energy stored in the form of sugar and other organic molecules that the plants use as their foods. This cell organelle is also essential for the growth and survival of plants and photosynthetic algae. That's it for the parts and functions of plant and animal cells. We hope that you guys have learned something from our discussion. Thank you!